Hello traders! So I just wanted to do a quick update on the ADA chart because it looks right now that we have a confirmation that the lows are in. Of course we need to break this high first, but I just wanted to go over a few indicators that I'm watching that are just confirming to me that the low is in, and that if we break this trend line, it could potentially be very bad. So obviously we have our macro trend line down here. Let me just go to the weekly chart and I will show you. So we have our from the low to the low. So this is our macro trend line. As long as we're above that, we are bullish for the long term, but during this cycle I want to see this trend line hold throughout the entire bull run, and I do believe we are setting our second angle right now. Now let's just talk a little bit why. So if we open up the 50-week moving average, let's just make let's make it white. There we go. You can see that the 50-week is hanging around at 42.6 cents. Now we do not want to see a weekly close below here because that would indicate that we are in a bear market. So this should ideally hold, which is why I'm saying that this trend line here is our lifeline during this bull market. You can see here, if we go back to previous cycle, that as long as we're above the 50-week, we are bullish. So this is our lifeline. Now if we move into the daily chart, we can look at we have the 50 and the 200. Now if these cross, that's also an indicator that the bull run is over, which you can see if we go back here, that they cross when it's bear market time, and they should not cross during the bull run. You can see here that they kind of hugged each other, but they should not cross. So that's just a couple of indicators that I'm watching that are just telling me that we are not going to see a lower low. We are not going to revisit these 42 cent levels. We should push out of here. Now my little roadmap for the coming weeks, you can see that we have our value area high up here at the 65 cent range. And we have a downward sloping resistance here. Now this resistance is, let me just get back into the weekly again, is our resistance from the all-time high down to our wave 1 high. Now this is similar to previous cycle where we did a breakout, a retest. This is kind of typical how I trade trend lines. You have a breakout, a retest, and then a resumption of the trend, and that is the start of our bull trend. So that's something that I want to see right now. I want to see a breakout, a retest, and then a resumption of the trend. Then I want to see this upward sloping trend line here hold. Now the most important trend line to hold is obviously our lifeline down here. But it would be nice to see this trend line be our second angle set. So essentially I want to see something like this. Up to our value area high, potentially even up to these highs here, these local highs. But if we say the value area high around the end of this month, a retest into this daily cycle low, and then a resumption of the trend. So this is what I want to see in the following weeks. I want to see bullish momentum now to this value area high, potentially these local highs here. A retest of this downward sloping trend line into this daily cycle low, and then a resumption of the trend. Hopefully this resumption of the trend sets our third angle. And then we're gonna get a fourth angle in our next daily cycle, which should be nearly vertical. And that should take us into our wave 3 highs. And then we break this during the wave 4 hopefully found support around this trend line during the wave 4, before then resumption into wave 5. Now also I want to make a quick note on the ADA BTC chart. We have this trend line here from the lows that needs to hold. We are currently at support, close to. We also have this downward sloping resistance from the previous high down here. So we see if we get a breakout here. We really only have a couple of weeks left before we either get a breakout to the upside or to the downside. My thesis, which you can see from this fractal here, that my thesis is that we break to the upside and we reach this resistance here. Maybe we even break out of this resistance. You just have to monitor this. Obviously you can't track fractals. Fractals are just for the fun of it. But yeah, we should get a breakout in the following weeks. We see if we get a breakout to the upside or to the downside. The ADA USD chart indicates that it should be to the upside, and that would just add more fuel to the fire, making the move up more explosive. So keep an eye on this one as well. So that is what I'm watching on the ADA chart. Looks like we are due for a push. This is what I want to see. If we break this lifeline here, it's over. So we need to see bullish momentum now. Hopefully we get it in these coming weeks. So yeah, that's my update on ADA. Thank you for watching and trade safe.